Hello students, today we will continue the maximum minimum chapter. We have done one class regarding this particular chapter and today is the second class of that, and today we will solve some more questions of maximum and minimum. So let us start with the question number 1. The question number 1 is that prove that the maximum value of 1 by x to the power x is e to the power 1 by e. That means we have to prove that this particular function has its maximum value is this. So this is given to me and we have to show that its maximum value is e to the power 1 by e. So let's start solving this. So first of all, what we'll do, we will assume that function. Let y equals to 1 by x to the power x. Okay. Now we can see that we have there is a power x and we have to differentiate. That means we have to find dy by dx as well as we have to find d2y by dx2. But there is a power and we know that whenever we find some power is there, we take log both side. So here also we will take the help of log. So taking log both sides with base e. E is the standard base. So if we take the log, here we get log of y equals to log of 1 by x to the power x. Now we know that by the property of the log, this power will come in front. So this x will come in front by the property of log. Now there is a property that log of a by b is equals to log of a minus log of b. We know this property, so we will use the property here. So that is log of 1 minus log of x, and log 1 value is, remember always log 1 value is 0. So this value is 0. So 0 minus log x. So finally what we get, minus x log x. This is log y. Name this equation as 1. So now we had simplified the given function. Now we will differentiate this particular function with respect to x and then we find the second derivative. So now first differentiating log y with respect to x. This side will be minus d dx of x log x, right? Now x into log x, product rule, that is x d dx of log x plus log x d dx of x. Clear? Now that is x log x means 1 by x, log x d dx of x is 1. So after simplifying, this x cancel. After simplifying we will get d dx of log y equals to minus, and here x cancel, that is 1 plus log x into 1, that is log x. So this is our first derivative. Now we will think that why I am not differentiating this side. See, you can differentiate this side also or you can left in this way also. It won't affect in the result. So that's why I am not differentiating this log y. I am just keeping this log y as a log y. I am not writing that as log y derivative 1 by y then dy by dx like that, because it won't affect your final result. So this is the first derivative. Now we again differentiate this to find our second order derivative. So we now again differentiate this derivative. So then again you will write again d2 by dx2 of log y. That means I am again differentiating this thing. That means, or you can write in the simple way, again differentiating both sides of 2. Name this equation as 2. So then d dx of what is there, d dx log y, and this side what is there, minus d dx of 1 plus log x. Now here d dx of d dx, that means double derivative, so d2 by dx2 log y. Don't be confused, there is nothing about confusion. See, if we write d dx of dy by dx, this is for the rough explanation. So what it comes, d2y by dx2, we know that here is y is a function, so here is y, but here in place of y what is there, log y, so thus I am writing the log y. Rest is the form it says, see, d2 by dx2, d2 by dx2, just here y is a function, here log y is the function. So now differentiating this side, d dx of 1 is 0, d dx of log x is 1 by x. So finally what we get, d2 by dx2 of log y equals to minus 1 by x. Name this as 3. So we have find our first derivative as well as second derivative. Now what we'll do, we will find that point where the maximum or minimum exists. So write, for maximum value, what we have to do, we have to equate first derivative equals to 0, that is dy by dx, we are writing that dy by dx equals to 0, but here what is the first derivative, d dx of log y equals to 0. For maximum value we have to find that. Now what is d dx of log y, we have find it from expression number 2, that is minus 1 plus log x equals to 0. Now minus that side vanishes, so finally what remains, 1 plus log x equals to 0. Now remember one thing, log of 1 is equals to 0, and number 2, log of e equals to 1. Log of 1 equals to 0, log of e equals to 1, just use that result here. 1 means we can use log e, log x will remain as log x, 0 as, but we can write 0 as log 1. Now log a plus log b, we know the formula, log a plus log b equals to log of ab. Did you remember that formula? Log of ab equals to log of a plus log of b. This is in the property. So log e plus log x equals to log of xe, and that side log of 1. Now log both side cancel, so finally what we get after cancelling log from both sides, xe equals to 1. So finally the value of x is 1 by e. So this is the point. So we got the point where the maximum value arises. Now we have to check whether this point gives maximum or minimum. Okay, so what we do, we will put this point in our second order derivative and check if it is negative, then it is maximum, second order derivative, and if it is positive, then it is minimum. Okay, so then we will write, putting x equals to 1 by e in 3. So that is, this is our 3 expression, d2 by dx2 log y, what is there, minus 1 by x, minus 1 by x. What is our x here? We have to put 1 by e. So 1 by e, if this goes to the numerator, so it finally becomes minus e. We know that 1 by e, this, if you convert this 1 by e in the form of multiplication, that it will be reciprocal, so it becomes e. Okay, so now, so finally minus e. See, a negative means it's definitely less than 0, so this is less than 0. So for the point x equals to 1 by e, we got our second order derivative as less than 0, that is negative, and negative means maximum. So now the final conclusion, you will write hence y is, see, log y is maximum. Log y maximum means y is maximum. So I can directly write y is maximum at the point x equals to 1 by e, and its maximum value is, how to find the maximum value, that is y max. In the main question, that is in this particular function, in place of x just put, what is the value here, 1 by e. So see, in place of x I am going to put 1 by e. So 1 by e, in place of x I am putting 1 by e to the power x. What is x here? 1 by e. And we know that 1 by e is nothing but your e to the power 1 by e. So see, we have proved the maximum value is e to the power 1 by e. This was your required question. Clear? Question number 1. Now let us proceed to the question number 2. Okay, so question number 2 is, if x plus y equals to 2, then show that the maximum value of 4 by x plus 36 by y is less than its minimum value. So what is the question says? This one condition is given to you. X plus y equals to 2. Now you have to prove that for this particular function 4 by x plus 36 by y, this particular function maximum value is less than its minimum value. So let's start. So given x plus y equals to 2, that implies, what is the y here? 2 minus x. We will use that. Okay, and suppose this function has a new variable. Let z equals to 4 by x plus 36 by y. Let's assume that 4 by x plus 36 by y. Now what is the y we get from the given expression? Y equals to 2 minus x. Let us put this y value in this expression. So then z equals to 4 by x plus 36 by 2 minus x. Okay, so this is our z function. Now we have to find the first derivative of z, that is we will find our dz by dx, first derivative. Then we will find the second derivative, d2z by dx2. Then for maximum value we will equate dz by dx as equals to 0. From there we will get our x value, and then we will put that value of x in our second order derivative, and from there we will find our maximum as well as minimum value. So this is the procedure we will follow now. So let us first of all find our first derivative and second derivative. So let's start. So therefore dz by dx, that is ddx of this and ddx of that part. The ddx of 4 by x. Now 4 is a constant, and constant comes out of the derivative, so we will directly write 4 comes out of derivative. Similarly for this part, 36 is a constant, and constant comes out of derivative. Now 1 by x derivative is, we all know, minus 1 by x square. By using the formula ddx of 1 by x to the power n equals to minus n by x to the power n plus 1, using that particular formula. So here n was 1, so I am just use that formula. Now here 2 minus x, we have done this type of questions in the form of chain rule. So here also, just for your simplicity, I am just doing once. We have to find ddx of 1 by 2 minus x, right? I am assuming 2 minus x as u. So ddx of 1 by u. Now by using this particular formula, this value will be minus 1 by u square. As similar like 1 by x derivative, this is 1 by u, but this is u and this is x. So by chain rule, further differentiating, now putting the value of u, ddx of, what was the u? 2 minus x. 2 is a constant, constant derivative is 0, x derivative is 1. So finally 0 minus 1. that is minus 1. 2 minus x whole square, 2 derivative 0, x derivative 1, 0 minus 1, so finally we get minus 1. Now minus minus plus, so final answer will be this. So this is the ddx of 1 by 2 minus x. Roughly I have done. You can put in the main question part also, or you can do roughly also. So finally ddx of 1 by 2 minus x is 36 by 2 minus x whole square. So finally we get dz by dx as minus 4 by x square plus 36 by 2 minus x whole square. Clear? Name this expression as 2 and this is as 1. So now next we have what we have to find. We have to find double derivative. So let's proceed for that. So again double derivative, that is d2z by dx2, that is differentiating this number 2 again. So again minus 4 is a constant come out of the derivative, only remain d dx of 1 by x square, plus again 36 is the constant will come out of the derivative, and here d dx of 1 by 2 minus x whole square. So 1 by x square derivative is, by using that formula, minus 2 by x cube. Similarly for this part also I am just writing directly, you will solve that part now. So minus 2 by 2 minus x whole cube. So this will be plus. Try this one, how it comes. Okay. So now just opening the bracket, plus 8 by x cube plus 72 by 2 minus x whole cube. So this is our second order derivative. Name this expression as 3. So now what we'll do for finding maximum and minimum value, we will equate dz by dx equals to 0. So then write for max or mean value dz by dx equals to 0. Now what was the dz by dx we get? This is the dz, let us put that, minus 4 by x square plus 36 by 2 minus x whole square equals to 0. Now we have to solve this expression, that is, let us take minus 4 by x square to that side. So here remains 36 by 2 minus x whole square, and that side 4 by x square. Okay, 4 36 cancel gives 9, here 1. So that is 9 by 2 minus x whole square, 1 by x square. Now do the cross multiplication. So that gives 9x square equals to, so that side, then do the cross multiplication, 2 minus x whole square. Just doing the simple cross multiplication. This sending to that side, that sending to this side. So now let us open the bracket, putting the formulas. A minus b whole square, that is 4 minus 4x plus x square. Now taking all the terms to one side, that is 8x square plus 4x minus 4 equals to 0. Now taking the 4 common, that is 2x square plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So finally 2x square plus 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So now we have to do the middle term. Okay, so by taking the 4 common, I have written here 2, but there will not be 2 because 4 common, so it will become 1. So now let us factorize this one, that means by doing the middle term. That means we have to find that any two number whose addition is, what is there, 1, and that number product will be, what will the product, 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2. So we have to find that two numbers whose addition is 1 and their product is minus 2. So the numbers are 2 comma minus 1. Their addition is 1 and their product is minus 2. So let us use that. So that is 2x square plus 2x minus x minus 1. 2 minus 1, we have used that one. Now taking the common, 2x common, so here x plus 1, here minus 1 common, here x plus 1. So that is, now x plus 1 common in both the terms, let us take that one. 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So finally x plus 1 equals to 0, 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So from here we get x equals to minus 1, and here we get x equals to half. So these are the 2 points. So for these 2 particular points we will check the sign of double derivative. Let's start. X equals to minus 1. So right, putting x equals to minus 1 in 3. So d2z by dx2, that is 8 by minus 1 whole cube plus 72 by 2 minus x value is minus 1, so minus minus plus whole cube. So that is minus 1 whole cube is minus 1, and 2 plus 1 3. 3 cube is square is 9, cube is 27. So that is 8 by minus 1 is minus 8. So after simplifying by 9, if you cancel it by 9, 9 8 72, 9 3 27, so 8 by 3. Now taking the LCM, so minus 24 plus 8, that is minus 16 by 3. Okay, so which is, so this is negative, so less than 0. So for x goes to minus 1 we got negative, so that is the maximum. So then therefore you will write, therefore z has max value at x equals to minus 1, and its max value is z equals to, now putting the value of z, that putting the value of x equals to minus 1 in the z expression, that is an expression number 1. So the expression was 4 by x plus 36 by 2 minus x, right? So here putting x equals to minus 1, so that means this will become minus 1, and this is minus 1, that is plus 1, that is minus 4, 36, 2 plus 1 3, 3 by 36, so 3 by 36 it will be 2 plus 1 3, and 3 by 36 is 12. So 12 minus 4, that is 8, so it will be z max. So your z maximum value is 8. Okay, now let us check for the another point, x equals to half. So putting x equals to half in here, that is x is half cube, and 2 minus half cube. So that is 8 by half cube, that is 1 by 8 plus 72. Okay, 2 minus half, if you take the LCM you will get here 3 by 2 whole cube. See, there all the terms are positive. You can do further simplify, but I will not, because see here all the terms are positive, so it is clearly mentioning that this the outcome will be here obviously greater than 0. You can simplify, that means here you can write 8 into 8, and its whole cube means 8 by 27. 3 by 2 whole cube is 8 by 27. It goes to numerator, that's why 8 by 27. Now after simplification you will definitely get a positive number, so that's why I am directly writing greater than 0. So for x equals to half, z gives us minimum. So let us find that minimum value. We will write, therefore z has minimum value at x equals to half, and its minimum value is z minimum equals to, now putting in the main expression 4 by x was your half, plus 36 by 2 minus x, that is half. So now half, 2 goes to numerator, that is 4 into 2, now 36, 2 minus half, 3 by 2. Now if you simplify 3 by 2, that if you convert this into multiplication it becomes 2 by 3. Now 4 into 2 8, 3 by 36 is 12, 12 into 2 24, 24 plus 8, that is 32. So that is our z minimum. So z minimum is 32, z maximum is 8. So it can be easily expressed that z max is less than z minimum. So you will write therefore final conclusion, hence z max is less than z minimum. Clear? So now let us proceed to the next question. Okay, so question number 3 is that prove that the function y equals to, the function is 12 minus 24x minus 15x square minus 2x cube. That was the cube. This is cube. Okay, has a maximum value at x equals to minus 1, minimum value at x equals to minus 4, and the point of inflection is at x equals to minus 5 by 2. Okay, so y is given to you. So first of all you have to find dy by dx, then you have to find d2y by dx2. As we know how to find that, this is a simple function, you can simply differentiate that. So then for finding maximum and minimum value, what we do, we will simply dy by dx equals to 0, we put that, and from here we got the value of x. Here you will get x, after equating dy by dx equals to 0, you will get x equals to minus 1 as well as x equals to minus 4. You will get these 2 points, sure. So now you will put x equals to minus 1 in d2y by dx2, you will put x equals to minus 1 in d2y by dx2, and the result will be negative, because as the question has demand for that. Question is saying that for x equals to minus 1 the result will be maximum, and maximum is less than 0. This thing you have to show, that for putting x equals to minus 1 the double derivative value is less than 0. Similarly you will put x equals to minus 4, and the result will be, what is the result question demands? Minimum. So it should comes that second order derivative will be positive. That is this part, that minimum at the point x equals to minus 1. So this is all about for the first part and second part. Now the third part is point of inflection. Now how to find the point of inflection? Simply remember that for point of inflection what you have to do, you have find your double derivative. Just simply for point of inflection, just simply equate d2y by dx2 equals to 0. Okay, what are the expression you get here? Just put it here and equate it as 0, and from there you will get the value of x, and that particular value of x is called as the point of inflection. Clear? Equating second order derivative equals to 0, and after solving that expression you will get one value of x, and that particular value of x is known as the point of inflection. So in this particular question, the second order derivative you will get after differentiating, you will equate that as equals to 0, and from there you will get x equals to, what is there, minus 5 by 2. You will get this, and that will call as the point of inflection. So clear about the question number 3? Try this question. This is as a homework for you. Try this one. So now let us proceed to the question number 4. Okay, now we'll solve some language type questions. That is the application of maximum minimum. So the question is that find two positive number. We have to find two positive number whose product is 64 and having minimum sum. That is, the question demands we have to find that two particular positive number whose product is 64 and that their sum, that is sum of these two positive number, is minimum. So first of all, initially what we'll do, we will assume let x and y be the two positive numbers. Okay, so this is the solution part. So we have assumed let x and y be two positive number. Now what is given in the question? First of all, let us find that two positive number whose product is, that means x and y product is, what is given to you, 64. So here given x into y, their product x into y, what is the product given to you, 64. So from here, what is the y? 64 by x. Okay. Now what we have to find? We have to show that the sum of these two positive number, the sum of these two positive number is minimum. We have to use this. Okay. The question demands that we have to find these two positive number by using these two particular condition. One condition is that their product is 64 and their sum, that these two positive numbers sum is minimum. So now let us denote, we denote sum by s. Sum of these two positive number x plus y. Now this given that their sum is minimum. Okay, so that means first of all we have to find first derivative. Oh, wait, let us put the value of y. What is the y here? X plus 64 by x. Okay, name this expression as 1, this as 2. So for minimum, what we have to do, first of all we have to find first derivative, then second order derivative. So the first order derivative, ds by dx, differentiating both sides with respect to x. Okay, so ddx of x plus ddx of 64 by x. So x derivative is 1, 64 is a constant come out of the derivative, 1 by x derivative is minus 1 by x square, 1 by x derivative. So now opening the bracket we get 1 minus 64 by x square. Okay, so now next what we have to find? We have to find the second order derivative. So again d2s by dx2, name this expression as 3. So that is differentiating again 3 with respect to x, that is d dx of 1 minus 64 by x square, that is d dx of 1 minus 64 is a constant, d dx of 1 by x square. d dx of 1 is 0, 64, 1 by x square derivative is minus 2 by x cube. So that means multiply 128 by x cube. So this is our d2s by dx2. Name this expression as 4. Okay. Now for minimum or for maximum, what we have to do? We have to equate first derivative equals to 0. So let's do that. So for minimum value, ds by dx equals to 0. So what is our dx by dx? We have to find 1 minus 64 by x square. So let us put there, that is 1 minus 64 by x square equals to 0. That is 1 equals to 64 by x square. Now cross multiply x square equals to 64. That is your x equals to, now there is a square will goes to that side, it will give square root of 64, and square root means there are two values, one is plus, another one is minus. Square goes to that side, it will become square root, and square root are two values, plus minus, and root, we know that square root of 64 is 8. So we got two value, one is plus 8, another one is minus 8. So we are going to put these two values and check for which value this d2x by dx2 gives minimum. Minimum means positive. Okay, so we will put these two value and check for which particular value this double derivative gives positive. See one thing, we got two value, one is 8. If you put 8 here, that is 8 cube. 8 cube will be a number 128. They both are positive, so greater than 0, minimum. And if you put minus 8 and minus 8 cube will be a negative term, so that means less than 0, that will convert into maximum. So what we required for the question, we required minimum. So here we will check only for the point x equals to 8. We will ignore here minus 8 because minus 8 will give maximum, but what we required? We required minimum. So we will put x equals to 8. Okay, so clear why I'm taking only 8, not I'm checking for minus 8, because minus 8 will give maximum value. Because if we put minus 8 here, it will be negative, and negative means maximum. So we'll put x equals to 8. So putting x equals to 8 in 4. 4 means this is our 4. d2x by dx2 equals to 128 by 8 cube. And 8 cube is 64, 61, 5, 112. That is 1 by 4, this which is positive. So final conclusion. So therefore you will write the sum has minimum value at x equals to 8. So we got our x. So what was the question about? Find two positive numbers. What are the positive numbers? One is x, another one is y. So we had find our x. What is our x? 8. Now next what we have to find? We have to find our y. So from where we will find our y? By the expression number 1. See here, y equals to 64 by x. Now we got our x value. We will put that value here and we will get our y. So then you write after that, therefore y equals to 64 by 8. 8y, because x value is 8. So 64 by 8 is 8. Hence the two positive number are 8, 8. Finish. This is the conclusion. So this was the question. Clear? Now let us proceed to the question number 5. Okay, so the question number 5 is that the sum of two numbers is 12. The sum of two numbers, that means if you suppose the two numbers x and y, their sum is 12, that is x plus y equals to 12 given to you according to the first line. Now the second line is that find the maximum value of their product. That means their product means x into y, and we have to find the maximum value for that. So first of all, let us write, let x and y be two numbers. Okay, so given, what is given here, x plus y equals to, their sum is given to you 12. Clear? Now find the maximum value of their product. Okay, so let product we denote by p, and their product means of these two number, that is x into y. Now we have to find the maximum value of product means p, that means we have to find here p max. This thing we have to find. Okay, so first of all, from here y is 12 minus x. Let us put that here. That is, then p is x into 12 minus x, that is 12x minus x square. This is our p. So first of all, we will find dp by dx. I will write directly. X derivative is 1, so 12. X square derivative is 2x. Then d2p by dx2. 12 derivative is 0. I'm just writing directly. X derivative is minus 1. So minus 1 into 2. So x derivative is 1. 1 into minus 2, minus 2. So this is our second order derivative, minus 2. So now after that, for max value, because we have to find the max value only, so we have to need the max value, dp by dx equals to 0. Now what is dp by dx? We get 12 minus 2x. 12 minus 2x equals to 0. So after simplifying, we will get here x equals to 6. So now we'll put x equals to 6 in second order derivative. So putting x equals to 6 in d2p by dx2. d2p by dx2 will be, okay, now putting x equals to 6, but what is our d2p by dx2? Minus 2. There is no x term is there, so there is no place for putting the value of x also, so it will remain as minus 2. Okay, and minus 2 is a negative, that is less than 0. So therefore p has max value at x equals to 6, and its max value is, that is p max. What is our p? 12x minus x square. What is our x? 6. 6 minus 6 square. 12 into 6, 72. 6 square, 36. 72 minus 36, 36. This is our p max. So this is our maximum product, that is 36. Clear? So you have to understand the language of the question and what the question demands from you. Okay, so always try to represent the given question into the equation form. It will be easy to solve. If you convert the given language into the expression, then it will be definitely easy for you to solve. This is all about question number 5. Now the next question. Okay, a wire of length 16 centimeter is to form a rectangle. Okay, that means a wire, suppose this is a wire and its length is 16 centimeter. Okay, now this wire is used to form a rectangle. That means by using this particular wire I will form a rectangle. Now think in this way. This is the rectangle I have formed by using this 16 centimeter wire. That means its total length of this wire is 16 centimeter. Now how will you use that one? Suppose it is a length denoted by x, this is the breadth I denoted by y, and rectangle, that means this length and this length are same, so this is also x, and this breadth same, this is also y, and this total length of the wire is 16. That means x plus y plus x plus y, this total will be equals to 16. So that is x plus y plus x plus y equals to 16, or 2x plus 2y equals to 16, or if you take 2 common and divide it that side, x plus y equals to 8. One equation we have get from the first line, that is the wire of length 16 centimeter is to form a rectangle. From a 16 centimeter wire we have formed a rectangle, and we know that in a rectangle the length are same as well as the breadth are same, and the total length of the wire is 16. So that means this addition, that means simply their perimeter is 16. So x plus y equals to 8. From this is the one equation number 1, you will name this as. Next, what we have to find? Now find the dimension. Dimension means area. Okay, find the dimension, that is area of the rectangle. Okay, now what is the area formula of a rectangle? Length into breadth. What is the length? X. What is the breadth? Y. So we will denote A equals to xy. We have to find this area. Okay, what we have to find? Find the dimension, that is area of a rectangle, so that its A has maximum area. That means we have to find this area when its area is maximum. So what we have to do basically, you will write let x be the length and y be the breadth of a rectangle. So then according to the question, 2x plus 2y equals to 16, that is x plus y equals to 8, or simply we say y equals to 8 minus x. Equation number 1. Now area A equals to x into y. What is the y? 8 minus x, that is 8x minus x square. This is the area. Name this equation number 2. So we have to find maximum of this one. That means what we have to do, first of all, derivative dA by dx. This is differentiate in this. Okay, now 8x, x derivative is 1, so it will be 8. X square derivative is 2x. So again d2a by dx2, that is this derivative 8 derivative constant 0 and x derivative is 1, so 1 into 2 minus 2. So after that you will write for max value, because we have to find the max value in the question, max value dA by dx equals to 0, that is dA by dx is 8 minus 2x equals to 0. So from here we will get x equals to 4. Now putting this x in our second order derivative. So then putting x equals to 4 in, okay, we didn't name that. So name this as 3, name this as 4 in 4. So d2a by dx2. What is given here? Minus 2. See, double derivative value is minus 2. There is no x, so there is no place of putting x equals to 4. So it will remain as minus 2 only. So minus 2, which is negative, so less than 0. So final conclusion, therefore area A is maximum at x equals to 4, and what we have to find? We have to find the dimension, that is we have to find this area A, we have to find this thing. But see, the question demands for find the dimension, that is find the area of the rectangle. We have to find the area of the rectangle. So we got our x, so no need for that. So A is maximum at x equals to 4. So we got our x. Now what we have to find? We have to find our y. So then y will be your 8 minus x. What is your x? 4. So 4. So y is your 4. So we got our y, we got our x. We got our x, we got our y. So finally the area will be, hence area x into y, 4 into 4, 16 centimeter square. Okay, centimeter square is the unit. So this is the question number 6. Clear? Now let us proceed to the next question. Okay, so question number 6, I will just give the hint for this question. This is again a new language question. Find two positive numbers. That means again we have to find the two positive numbers. So similarly also we will assume x and y at the two positive numbers. Okay, now what is given to you? Find two positive number whose sum is 15. So this is given that x plus y equals to 15. So from there you will get y equals to 15 minus x. Okay, next part is the sum of whose square. Now focus on this word, sum of whose square. That means first of all we have to square them, that is x square y square, square them, then their sum, that is plus, is minimum. That means we have to first of all show that their sum of the square, let us denote it by s is minimum. Okay, that means how to show? First of all we will find first of all we put the value of y. What is the y value? This is our s. You will find here dx by ds, then you will find their double derivative. Okay, now for a minimum, you will put ds by dx equals to 0. From there you will get the value of x. Now you will put that value of x in the second order derivative and check whether that value of x gives minimum or not. If it is minimum, so you got our x. Now put that x value in this y expression, and hence you will get finally your x as well as your y. This is our target, to find these two number x and y. Clear? So this is question number 7. So this is all about for the chapter maximum and minimum. There are some more questions which will be homework for you. I will give it later on. Till then, try to solve this all the 7 questions. If you find any doubts regarding any of the question from this chapter, let me know. I will try to solve that also. Okay, so till then, thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.